Hey everyone, we are the Zodiacs, and for our video, the topic that we will be focusing on is the effects that a divorce has on a child or children. So, we all know that divorce brings a lot of hardships and change into a child's life. They are forced to experience a lot of new situations that they aren't used to dealing with and probably weren't expecting to go through. Some examples include, but aren't limited to, having to adjust to going back and forth between two different households, witnessing the loss of love between two parents, and experiencing the absence of one parent completely. It is true that children respond and react differently to divorce, but there are some similarities. Of all the children born this year, about 50% of them will see their parents divorce before the age of 18. It is also stated that children whose parents are divorcing are more likely to have health issues or develop health issues. They will also struggle more in school and be more distracted, which will ultimately lead to lower grades. They are also twice as likely to drop out of high school as well. Divorce can also affect children in the future. So for example, when the children are adults, they might have lower paying jobs, they might be more vulnerable to alcohol and drugs, and they will have unstable relationships all around. There are a lot more relevant statistics related to this topic, and lucky for you guys, we have a professional to elaborate more on this topic.
Thank you, Liliana. Unfortunately, the prevalence of divorce is all too common among U.S. families. Most of us can think of family or a friend who have experienced divorce in their life, and there are a variety of resulting effects. A study by Cohen analyzed the odds of divorce from 2008 to 2017 and stated that the overall divorce rate dropped by 21%. In the same year span, the age group with the most divorce rates are from ages 55 and higher at about 37.2% of marriages. The second age group is from ages 45 to 55 at about 23.2%. Some common future predictors of divorce are associated with increased age, marital duration, fewer marriages, more education, and being of white or Hispanic identity. If a child is going through divorce, the child may be affected in many ways. Sometimes children must split time between living at their mom or dad's house. This can make the child feel like their home life isn't stable, as they could be constantly packing and unpacking. There may be new people in their life if the parents start to date other people, which could be stressful and hard to accept. When kids experience divorce, they may have to navigate new rules and adapt to different settings. If the divorce causes a child to move to a new neighborhood or a new school, their social setting will also change. Some kids won't be comfortable in their new setting so much that they might disassociate from social activity and refuse to make new friends. If the child has a closer relationship with one parent, this can add stress to the relationship with the other parent. They may even place blame and grow to hate towards one of the parents they are less close to and strain the relationship further. Additionally, although many of the studies over the topic have found that children do eventually recover from the event of divorce, one study found that the loss of a parent was correlated to an increase in anxiety and depression.
Throughout our class, there have been many key terms that can be related to children of divorce. One of these terms is obedience. A child with divorced parents may feel obedient if they're being told what to do, when to do it, where to go, when they don't necessarily want to. However, these children feel like they have to because a person of authority is telling them to do so. Another term is compliance. In some cases, parents might not necessarily get along after a divorce, and this can be hard for a child to adapt to. In these situations, one parent may make a child feel guilty for wanting to spend time with another parent. In this case, children feel that their voice has been taken away and that they can't share their own opinion. Because of this, they may shelter their own opinion and go along with what the parent says, even though that's not what they really believe. Because a parent's divorce is such a significant life change for a child, they may experience chronic stress, because the process of divorce is long-lasting and has no clear end. Not being able to know how a divorce will go or how long it will take is stressful for a child and can affect their daily life. A child's health may also be affected if their parents are going through a divorce. because along with an altered state of mind or a decreased mood, the child may turn to negative alternative coping methods instead. These coping methods may include alcohol consumption, substance abuse, or smoking. Another significant thing that may be affected by a parent's divorce is a child's future relationship satisfaction. According to Sternberg's triangular theory of love, a child who experiences a parent's divorce may develop difficulties in intimacy and commitment. These children may find it hard to open up to people, or they may find themselves pushing romantic feelings or partners away from them for fear of commitment or fear of rejection.
Going through divorce can be one of the most stressful things a child can go through. Yes, divorces are stressful for children, but the process does not have to be traumatic or something that changes them drastically. There are some things parents can do to avoid traumatic experiences. Here's some advice. Number 1, it is important to shield the children from the arguments or fighting. The children do not need to see the ongoing conflict, and lowering the conflict is better for the child's mental health. Number 2, children continue to behave the same if both parents continue to be positively involved even after the divorce. It is important that the parent who moved out continues to have a close relationship with the child, and both parents continue to provide support, such as by maintaining rules, behavior expectations, and helping with homework. Number 3, children whose divorced parents collaborate, communicate properly, and maintain similar rules and discipline across both homes give the child a clear boundary. Moving from home to home can be difficult, but if the child feels that both homes are similar in rules, the child will continue to have the same behavior. Discipline is a big factor, and it is important that parents support each other's authority rather than undermine their authority. Number 4, disclose to your child the importance of emotional support. Let them know that if they feel a certain way, they can come to both parents and speak to them about it. Keep in mind that the children will not always feel comfortable speaking to the parents going through the divorce. Assure them that if they do not want to speak to you, the parents, then reaching out for other forms of emotional support is strongly encouraged. The emotional support can come in many forms, whether it be a therapist, friends, older siblings, a teacher, a religious group, or a support group of kids with divorced parents whom they can relate to. Lastly, it is important that the children continue to actively see both parents be parents. The same parenting that occurred when the parents were still together should still be happening after the divorce in both homes. Be honest with your children, yet age appropriate. Discuss the divorce in neutral ways rather than conflicting ways. Versions such as, "Mommy and Daddy are no longer in love, but we still love you," or "We grew apart" are good phrases.
According to a study published by Swarthmore College, Sunny Broom Community College, and Arizona State University, they found that parental divorce is a highly prevalent risk factor for multiple mental health and substance abuse problems for children and youth. In order to complete the study, they selected adolescents from either divorced or separated families who were recruited using the public court records. They split the children off into 2 groups. In the control group, there was the internet self-study condition, also referred to as the best the net, and the other group was called Children of Divorce Coping with Divorce, a 5-module, highly interactive program to help promote effective post-divorce coping skills and reduce mental health problems in youth. What they found is that the interactive program reduced short-term mental health problems for youth from divorced homes who had higher levels of problems when they entered the program. Also, it increased active coping, coping efficacy, reduced avoidant coping, and negative divorce appraisals. It is common to see low program completion rates when delivering online programs for youth. So, Children of Divorce Coping with Divorce employs strategies to maximize the user engagement and program completion. One way that they enhance the interaction is by including a user-created program goal that is supported throughout the program. Personalization of program material to allow participants to focus on the content areas that they choose, rewarding demonstrations of program skills through contingent feedback, and by granting advantages in a video game at the end of each module. Another interactive tool that helps children by increasing engagement is through the use of 2 program spokesmodels who maintain a personal, informal, in humorous styles, such as by telling true personal stories that relate to program content. Due to the web-based program's ability to reach a large portion of population, this method of rehabilitation is highly favored over other programs in which children typically meet face-to-face. The web-based program is easily accessible to families and is seen as having high potential public health significance.